So we've got a few new toys that we're going to fit to the Land Rover. I'm going to give you a bit of an update as to what we've done so far, because I've missed a few things out over the past couple of weeks. So she's in my backyard at the moment, and we have carpeted. I'll clean her out later and get some better pictures, but we've carpeted basically the whole of the back. So started carpeting the back. That little line was a chalk line. It's supposed to be down in the corner, but thankfully I've left myself enough overlap on both sides to be able to do it. But currently working down the front and trimming that bit in there, and re-trimmed it. I did have nice little Chinese diesel heater. I did have that in this box because I didn't want it to get hit by stuff that's going in the back and all the rest of stuff like that. But I decided against refitting it with a box because it comes with a weatherproof seal at the bottom. Yeah, so it was in this box, which I cut a hole out of. It was looking quite nice and tidy, and it was going to stop it from getting damaged for when I'm piling stuff in the back of here. I might yet put it back in that box. I'm not too sure, but you can see loads of lines trying to find the centre point. But yeah, that's that. Up the front there, you can see there's carpet been fitted, although it's not the tidiest of jobs. It is looking good, but you can see some new connections under there. We have fitted heated seats to the front. You can see just on the dash there below, the cigarette lighter on that side and the USB charger on that side. We've got the heated seats for hot and warm bums and backs, so that works. That's all very good. And then in the back of here, wired up separately, I've got some nice little kind of like travel LEDs. These actually work really well, and these guys are wired into the electrical box down there. Don't draw a lot of amperage, and I think they're off a 5 amp fuse. So yeah, that's a rough update as to what's been going on so far, but on to today. So I managed to pick these up whilst I was out driving the other day off Market Facebook Place. They're in quite good condition. Never been fitted. I think, chatting to the guy who I bought them off, they're from his father, who I think has unfortunately passed away. But come with a bunch of nuts and bolts. The only thing they don't come with is the brackets at the back here to brace it against the chassis. So going to be doing a bit of fabrication today to get those fitted. I'm going to be using some mild steel to do that. So let's get on with the job. Right, so underneath handily, there's already some holes in the chassis, the underfloor support struts. That one's going to be a bit awkward to get to, and then there's that one there. So I've fed through some stainless steel bolts, some washers on the back of them. The bolts that came with them were slightly bigger, and I'm kind of disinclined to increase the size of the hole just to fit the bolts, because do you know what, in truth, once it's braced along here with these 4 bolts and then braced to the chassis, I've got some retaining rivets in there which I'm going to fashion some braces out of, and another one there, if you can see it, there we go. It's not actually going to carry a lot of weight, this. It's, you know, probably me stepping on it every once in a while, and it's certainly not a rock slider, and they don't come below the height of the chassis itself, so fingers crossed. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so looking at the brackets at the back, I've got some mild steel over there, vice, angle grinder, bit of cutty, shapey. They're the right size, bend them over at right angles. That then goes to the back of the footstep, that bit to the chassis, so let's try and fit them. Okay, so we've got one fitted over the side. It's looking nice and shiny. Got my improvised brackets that I've made and bolted in. And you can see over here, there we go. Rounded off the edges to make it fit. M8 nylon nuts and washers on there, and an M8 spring washer on that one straight into the chassis. see I've sprayed them up nice, so hopefully it will reduce the amount of time that they bloody rust. Meantime, I've got the impromptu spray booth. I got 2 up here covered in zinc oxide, just wait for that to dry off, and then I'm going to cover them in anti-rust metal paint. There we go, give that a whirl. Okay, so finished product. There you go. Looking nice and tidy. Supporting my weight, and oh, there we go. Spray painted brackets, bolted into the chassis, all looking nice and tidy, and quite happy with that job actually. Alright, little sneak preview for a job that I've just made a start on. It's a through hull cable connector, and I was thinking about putting it on the roof up there, but I really didn't want to put it there just because of the force of the wind and the rain constantly being on it. So I know there's going to be some buffeting and it's going to be not so bad around here, and rather than go mental with silicone, what I've done is I've put little rubber grommets behind each one of the washers that I've gone in there, and a flat washer on the other side. I've also put a grommet behind the plate where the cable goes through, because whilst that's a waterproof crush connector, behind it there's, you can see, probably about a mil or about a mil gap, but that's where the rubber grommets have been crushed. Not gonna lie, I was probably shitting my pants a little bit at the thought of drilling through the roof, hoping to God that it doesn't leak. But if it doesn't work, then I'll go crazy with mastic, and I suppose it'll look like a cat's arse, but there you go. And you can see just here where it comes through. There we go. I've just put a bit of cable in there, the 2 core that I'm going to use at the moment. So I'm going to use that to run the lights, so it'll run in here, down the B pillar, and then over to one of the switches on the dashboard. I think it's that one, which is the front lights, and under the seat there'll be a solenoid that it runs through, so all of that power doesn't run directly through the switch, because I've got some quite beefy spotlights to go up on the roof.